but it's saved in my. I've got it saved in my
watch list,
and I've got that $20 one. It's been sit on my watch list a while, but
is it a buy? Is it a best offer?
No, no offer on it. Otherwise, I probably would have. Oh, well, I definitely would have sent an offer before. No, it's just, but it's because it's one of those movies that I just sort of kind of want.
Is there only like a few of them on there listed?
Yeah, there's only because it jumped up from there. Like they had there's some in the 20, a couple in the $25, $30 range, and that was it. I think maybe there was only 4 or 5, maybe all on all at eBay.
Interesting. Walk Like a Man starring Howie
Mandel. But it's one of those that like I would like to have it in my collection, but there's also a limit on what I'm going to spend on it.
Yeah,
like I'm not going to chase that thing all the way up to $20 in the $20 because then if I hit that point, if I'm going to drop $20 on a tape, well, there's about 2 dozen that would come before Walk Like a Man. If I was going to want to spend that much on one tape.
Yeah. I mean, out in the wild, I'd probably pick that up. If I saw it.
Oh, of course. And sometimes the bidding, I've gotten great tapes at low prices by doing that because whoever puts it up is hoping, of course, that it's going to get up to what the buy it now prices are.
Yeah.
And I've gotten them I've got a couple tapes for like easily half price almost.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot of that with VHSs. Like, the cheapest one would be, say, $20 or whatever. And then you go into solds and you'll see a bunch of them that sold for like, $5 plus, $4 shipping or whatever, and you're if you're patient, you might be able to do that.
And that's the thing, you
just gotta be patient.
With VHS
sometimes.
tapes, that's the thing. I mean, there's a handful of titles on my saved searches that don't hardly ever show up, like the Savage Harvest.
The rare ones.
There's another movie called Deadly Harvest from the 80s that is about. It's not even like a horror movie or anything like that. It's like a post-apocalyptic, or the climate's changing and it's killing the earth and stuff. But for whatever reason, it's another one of those tapes that like I've had it in my saved search for a billion years and it just never gets listed.
Man, I think there is another Savage Harvest.
There is. There's a one or like an early 90s, a 91 or 93.
I might have seen that come up once since I started watching it.
It's some kind of weird horror movie. And
that one. Yeah, I was about to say
even that one is still expensive when it shows up. It's still $40 or $50, for that copy. And I've never actually seen the movie, but I remember running into it back in the day when I would be searching online for the original Savage Harvest. Even because I'd been hunting for this thing since the early days of the internet, basically. Really, that's funny. I loved all the little mom and pop video stores back in the day in Franklin. I was familiar, I was in and out of them all. And I understand that, like, it was a different time when we were kids. Things were, I don't know, just, I don't know if it was that there was just less supervision or if it was just, people didn't know.
I think people felt safer. I think it was safer.
And so, like, I know with me as a kid, from the earliest age, and I think I've talked to you guys about this before, I knew what horror movies were just as them being horror movies. These weren't real life events that someone was recording, because from the earliest that I can remember, we had my brother, and then me later on had subscriptions to Fangoria magazine, so you could see all the like makeup effects and stuff from the movies and things, and
which is awesome.
And you could see it like, oh yeah, there's Freddy with like sitting in the makeup chair getting his face painted or whatever. Oh, there's some like zombie eating guts, but really like, oh, here's the next picture to it, and it's a bunch of people sitting around in a room like drinking beers and smoking cigarettes, where like, and one special effects guy is like dumping out some fake blood.
So even though you were 10, you understood that it wasn't real. Like, hey, this is how they made it,
right? And so for me, like,
I think that's how Nash sees some of this stuff right now.
So it wasn't.
But I didn't. Like, that shit scared me when I was younger.
Right.
I let Nash, like, we watched a good part of American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, you say you watched the transformation, yeah.
And he's like...
But you said you got spooked by some
I did
when you were a kid.
Younger.
Yeah,
I really did.
Right, and so that's a different story. And there were movies that did that to me, too. Like, I can remember several movies. I can remember the movie, even though now it's cheesy, but I love it, called Witchboard, with Tawny Kitaen, with the possessed Ouija board.
Yeah.
It's just it's a ghost movie, like a haunted house movie sort of. Her and her boyfriend summon a ghost with playing.
But it's Tawny Kitaen, so
Tawny Kitaen, yeah. But like there's a couple spooky moments in it because it's haunted house, like doors closed and sort of stuff, and like Amityville Horror, the same thing as a kid. Those are spooky, and so and that's what I prefer, even still as an adult. I prefer ghosts, haunted houses, stuff like that. Gore, Freddy's, Jason's, Texas Chainsaw, the zombies, all the Day of the Deads and the Dawn of the Deads and all that stuff. It never affected me as a kid because I guess I just always knew how it was made. Because I had always been interested in special effects stuff like Tom Savini.
So that, but the gore, you're saying no, the gore didn't affect you, but ghosts were
always, they kind of spooked me as a kid, but not to the point that like I thought my house was haunted. I never was the kid that thought there were monsters under the bed or ghosts in the closet or anything like that. I wasn't that kid at all. I wasn't the I heard something, it must have been a ghost because I watched that scary movie. I'll be spooked while I'm watching the movie, where you're just like, oh God, like,
right.
But then when the movie's over, I never was the, I'm going to bed and like, oh, I don't know, I gotta like pull my leg in. I never was the like, I can't put my foot out because the monster will get me,
I wasn't like that, but I was like a bad dream kid though.
Were you? Yeah. And I remember having some bad dreams as a kid, but I don't know if it was movies that ever would really have been
or just life.
Or just life in general.
I don't know. I had this thing with seeing gore and deformities and slashing. I mean, just like really grotesque things got to me, I think. And like, for example, like I watched Poltergeist.
Yeah. Which is
for the first time.
Which is like PG. There's no gore whatsoever.
It's wild, man. Because it freaked me to hell.
But it's a spooky movie,
and I watched it in its entirety, and I'm like, why?
It's goofy, yeah.
Why?
Right. But as a kid, you can't rationalize
it.
But also,
good, actually.
But also, we've talked about before.
Arachnophobia, I saw that. You posted that the other day. And
I love
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia.
That movie fucked me up
too,
too, honestly, dude. Like real shit like that.
Have you seen the Paranormal Activity movies?
Yeah. I have, yes.
Yeah, those are freaky, dude.
Like I like them.
I think
the
they're
first couple. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the first one. I've seen the first one. I think it's a great concept.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm scared.
No.
But I mean, I guess you.
But like, how would you compare that to watching, say, like one of the Texas Chainsaw remakes, where there's going to be like entrails falling out and like heads getting cut off and stuff like that? What would be your go-to? Would you do the more like subdued sort of ghosty?
I would do more of a Texas Chainsaw.
I would see. I'm reversed as a kid. 100%. I would have gone straight for, because that was me and my friends. We were always trying to out-gore each other. Like, ooh, let's find the goriest movie we can find. Let's find all the one with all the guts and like whatever, and the heads getting cut off and stuff. But then as an adult, I've like transitioned more into the stuff like the Amityville Horrors or the Poltergeist or the modern stuff like the
Paranormal
Activities or like
Blair Witch
or the Sinister or like Insidious, those kind of movies.
Sure,
those I think I gravitate more towards like that than say more of the sort of like action-y horror, I guess.
Yeah, no, I get it. But like I think we've talked before, but like one of the most
spoiler alert,
one of the craziest that you wouldn't think would mess you up, but what messed me up the most, I think, is like in Pet Sematary when Gage cuts into his little, I don't know what you call that, like
the Achilles tendon.
His Achilles tendon,
yeah,
because you're not expecting that. And he did that.
That's very horrible.
Yeah,
it's a different cringe.
That's a death renner. That's one of those where you're just like,
yes,
no. Yeah, because it just you watch it split.
You're not expecting it, and it's like you never thought about it. It's like original. It's like an original idea. Like bam, like slicing right. Oh my gosh!
And just the way it was filmed too.
Yeah,
because you could see where like the heel opened up, sort of. And
exactly.
Then versus like a lot of times they would just cut away real quick, and show the slice and then show him screaming or
yes,
whatever,
exactly.
But no, and like they really chose to show it like go into the flesh and everything.
See, that messed me up. So
right? That's the same idea.
That was a little freaky.
That's one of those super cringy or
I love Pet Cemetery. Honestly, I like Pet Cemetery too.
I love Pet Cemetery.
I think. Dude, when
Eddie Furlong,
Eddie Furlong,
and dog,
then the one with
Yancey Brown,
the scene, Clancy Brown, yeah, that's right. The one with the motorcycle, that right there is messed up too, man.
And he puts his face into
it. Man, exactly. That's messed up too, man.
Yeah, that movie's crazy. Did you watch the remake with John Lithgow, the Pet Cemetery remake?
I think I did.
I've seen them all. They've never.
I think I did see that.
I thought it was all right. You probably.
I would watch them again in 2 seconds.
Yeah. The first two though were classics.
Especially now.
I love.
I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
Dude, I can listen to that song 100 times in a row. And I have actually.
Again.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I have listened to that song a million times in a row.
Here, while we're talking about horror, episode 5,
That's a great song.
Ramones,
Great song.
you got the Korey's duet, so it's official. It's an episode.
Every episode we have to do that for real. Today it was Ramones.
Korey Hodges and I found these in a thrift store
yes.
in Knoxville, prom night, and
blank case.
Ghoulies 4
In that case right there.
with no paperwork or anything.
I tell you what, man.
That's why you always got to open them up.
It was like
man.
$1.50.
Always open them up.
And so
I tell you what, Ghoulies.
it's your turn. I watched.
Oh, you did? Oh, thank you.
You watched Ghoulies
Yes.
4 and didn't watch the first 3?
I didn't watch Ghoulies 4, honestly.
Yes.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have either.
You know what? I almost thought we would pop that
Oh,
in
that's
tonight
good,
while
yeah.
we were talking, honestly. I almost thought we'd pop it in.
And then you got Prom Night 2.
After some more Soul Man.
Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Should we do that now?
Oh, yeah?
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it. Let's do it. Soul
But
Man?
then,
Soul Man?
We'll just finish. We'll watch a little bit more Soul Man, and then we'll put in Ghoulies.
Ghoulies 2 takes place in a carnival. That shit is bonkers. That's a bonkers movie.
Those are some weird.
I mean, that's the only 2. I've only seen 1 and 2. I've never seen 3 and 4.
I like remember those boxes in a video store.
So, the thing about about Ghoulies, which if
Have you seen Ghoulies 1?
Man, it is so bad,
It's
dude.
terrible.
It is so bad.
So bad.
So the thing that people
They're in
maybe that haven't watched it or haven't seen it in a while or whatever don't realize is that scene the cover where he's coming out of the toilet.
It's awesome cover. Yeah, it'll suck any kid in. Yeah,
Is that
100%
coming out the toilet?
It's not even
yeah,
in
it's
the
that
movie.
little green monster.
It's not even in the movie.
That little creature has nothing to do with being with the Ghoulies or whatever.
There's no toilet. There's no
No.
dude coming out of the toilet like
There's
that.
no little green creature in the movie.
Well, there is, but like it
It doesn't come out of the toilet.
It doesn't come out of the toilet like that. No, that was just like we're gonna get
This
kids
is
to
what-
want to watch
yes.
this. Yeah,
So this
because
is
it's
what we came
only
up with.
I think it's only PG-13.
It's a great cover.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is.
But the movie's so bad.
It's hard to watch. 2 is
I don't think I've
equally
ever
as
seen
bad.
it.
It takes place in a carnival, so you got carnies and ghoulies, and you can just imagine how not good.
It's
that
supposed
is.
to be like, isn't it supposed to be like a ripoff of like Gremlins or something like that?
Yeah,
it wasn't
sort of,
supposed to
yeah,
be like
because they're like little. Well, they're murderous little creatures. They're like sort of goblin-y kind of creatures that are or a creature that's killing
I
people.
always pass it up for some reason. I know the
just watched
box
Ghoulies 4.
like I know
No,
the
he
back
said
of
he
my
watched-
hand, and I've
he
never.
watched
I didn't
Prom
watch it.
You watched Prom Night.
Oh, you didn't watch Ghoulies 4?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did?
That's what I'm saying. Like after Soul Man,
Can't
we'll
watch
pop it in.
4
Pop it in.
without seeing the first 3.
Oh, I don't
you
give
can't
a
jump in.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, you don't
you
know
have
the
no idea
storyline.
what's going on. What's going on? I don't understand.
What happens? Yeah, even though Ghoulies 2 has absolutely nothing.
Are they
going
going to come around? Do you have them all? Do you have?
I have none of them.
Okay,
No.
well there you go.
They're not good
Corey
movies.
Smith doesn't have them.
They
I'm
are-
not going to get them anytime soon.
They're not even.
So fuck.
I will
fuck
watch
1,
these
2,
and then
3.
you will watch these. You have Prime Night though, I'd imagine.
I don't actually.
Oh. Well, I'll watch
Prime
these
Night's
and you
pretty
watch
good.
next.
I like it. I mean, I've seen it. It
Prime
wasn't
Night's
ever.
okay.
It never was one of my favorite go-tos or anything.
It wasn't as
It's
good
on-
as I
it's
wanted
on
it to be,
Tubi
but it
right
was
now.
alright.
Honestly, I kind of like Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 better, just because it's way cheesier and like goofier. But
I never even heard of that.
but Prom Night 1's good. It's definitely considered a classic horror. I mean, it's that one.
Okay, I got to give these back to Corey Smith too. He let me borrow these. These were great. Since we're kind of talking about
classic
horror.
80s.
Fantastic.
Classic 80s.
Fantastic. Classic.
Werewolf.
Watched it twice.
Oh yeah.
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh.
Still holds up. It's still entertaining.
Yeah, the trucks
And
all
foul
the
play.
cars come to life.
I love Chevy Chase, but it's just like,
It's not great.
Dude,
It's not
that
hey,
VHS
you brought me to Halloween. Thanks.
that VHS American Werewolf in London that I got the other day. That thing is like mint. It is
Nice.
so nice, man.
Such a great movie. Yeah.
It is. Oh man, it's an amazing movie. Amazing movie.
Blue.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. And then you like Maximum Overdrive.
I do. I've always liked it.
It's fun.
I've never seen. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, all the cars
is it
come to
good?
life.
Is it good?
It really is good. It's Stephen King's only directorial.
Right. Yeah. And there's
But he doesn't
the
remember
trailer.
making it, though.
Right, because he's on coke.
Yeah. Alcohol and everything.
We talked about this, I think, last week or whatever.
Yeah.
Last time we got together, and I had recently just heard.
It gets a lot of shit.
He did like a trailer or something for it. I don't know what you
Yeah,
want to call
you're
it.
talking
trailer.
about that.
He
Where
was
it's
just like,
this will be the scariest thing you've ever seen. Or
if you like my other movies, you'll love this one because I'm actually directing it. It's the one first.
and I got
one directed.
AC/DC to do the soundtrack. And I'm on coke. So much coke.
Exactly.
Let's crash trucks. Let's blow stuff up. I mean, he gets a fucking bazooka out at one point. You know, that's just when you're like, what are we missing? A bazooka.
Several times. There's several bazooka shots.
Yeah.
Pretty
real.
cool.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
a great movie.
I mean, what?
It's fun.
It's just people blowing up.
It's an hour and a half.
Machinery.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
what the hell, man?
There's
and most of them are trucks and cars.
At one point, a soda machine shoots a Coke can and hits a kid right in the face and kills him.
It's like taking out like a little league team.
Yeah, kills a bunch of kids.
And kills the coach.
Yeah. And then,
fucking shooting a Coke machine.
Steamroller comes crashing through the field and starts running kids over.
What the fuck is not entertaining about that?
Sounds amazing to me.
It's perfectly entertaining. I brought Show and Tell. We're doing Show and Tell.
Let's do it.
Everybody, if people have been watching,
my Show and Tell were Korey Smith's movies.
Yeah. Hey guys, check these out. Korey Smith, let me watch these.
Everybody knows I like the
from my favorite free rental
Starmakers
rental store.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I got the rare blue, not super rare, but like the semi-rare blue Starmakers.
Nice.
Which, normally Starmakers come in the gold boxes.
Those look awesome, man.
For whatever reason, I did a run of horror movies
in blue.
In blue. I don't know what the reasoning was, but yeah, you got Shockwaves, and some of these, it's probably hard to see. Some of these covers are
pretty awesome.
Pretty fantastic. Whoever they got to do the artwork for some of these, some of these artists.
Yeah, these covers are awesome.
Yeah, you said you just watched this not too long ago, right?
I watched
Tales from the Crypt, the movie, the '70s movie.
Yeah,
with
the
anthology.
Yes, I did.
Man,
in the forest. Yeah, that one's got the creepy forest does, and then the beast must die. Werewolf dinner party. One of these guests is a werewolf.
Yeah, because this has Joan Collins in it. Yeah. Joan Collins has been hot up in this, man. if you're our age, you know who Joan Collins is. If you're younger than us, if you're probably 35 and young, you probably have no clue who Joan Collins is. But
if you don't,
back in the day,
go Google, or actually you probably have to Bing with your safe search off. Joan Collins Playboy. You'll see some good photos.
And Peter Cushing is in this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know who Peter Cushing is. I'm not gonna tell you if you don't, but.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Peter Cushing is also in The Beast.
Oh, is he really? Oh, yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, he hosts the dinner party.
Nice.
That these people are coming to. One of these 8 people will turn into a werewolf. See it, solve it, but don't tell. So it's sort of like a Clue, but with werewolves. Or a werewolf.
Dude, these covers are awesome.
They're fucking great, aren't they, though? Yeah, I wonder if there's any way you could ever find out who the
for best picture quality, adjust your VCR tracking control.
That's for the dummies that don't know how.
Not rated.
No, probably not. Most of these, once they were on VHS, or these, like The Forest, was not going to be something with a theatrical release. I'm sure it was a straight to VHS when because its original copy is a big box.
Okay.
Black clamshell.
Okay.
That's which of course this is a lot more affordable for the blue one, so that's why I went with that.
It's really cool.
And then Shockwaves. This is a blind buy. I've never seen.
Oh,
this
that's what we saw the other day. Yeah, I've never seen this.
I've never seen it, but
the cover's
so big. Yeah. Well, I watched the trailer.
John Carradine, Brooke Adams. Is Peter Cushing in all these?
Yeah.
Wow.
Except for The Forest. He's not in The Forest. But yeah, Peter Cushing was all about some 70s horror or 60s.
So did you watch this one yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I just watched the trailer, but it looks fantastic in its cheesiness. About some kind of Nazi submariner platoon, something or another, that was killed at the end of the war, and then they come back as zombie sort of.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the cover. I mean, it looks like there's like some big giant zombies.
Apparently there's a bunch of people partying in on a beach somewhere in a lagoon, and then these zombie
dudes,
zombie Nazi Navy SEALs or
so
whatever they are.
What year is this is 76. Is that something right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Since last time we spoke, did you find out anything more about the color coded?
Just had it would have like the genre color.
Well, we thought maybe blue Starmakers are horror, right?
I'm assuming, but there are some yellow ones in horror too, because a couple of the ones that I gotten today that were in one of that picture of those Starmakers I sent you guys.
I don't know.
Yeah, one of those was a horror movie that was in, but there was a yellow box. It was a newer, it was a late 80s horror movie. Yeah. So these are all 70s, except I think it's like 80 or 81.
If anybody knows if there's any rhyme or reason to the Starmaker colors, holler.
I don't know, yeah, because you don't see them very often. At least it's not as far as like the
mostly gold.
Yeah, it's mostly gold. Again, the movie qualities from Starmakers, as we were watching Soul Man, it could be better.
It could be worse.
But obviously, when you're talking about $4 or $5,
they're light. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're only getting half the amount of the tape. Like, you know, a normal VHS tape, it would fill up the whole window for one.
We'll see after we wear the Soul Man out.
But that was their right. That was their. So yeah, what about Soul Man? It wouldn't be VHS Roundtable if we don't discuss Soul Man.
I know. You know, honestly, like it kind of played while we were talking, and I stopped and rewinded a little bit. But
yeah, but let's discuss Soul Man because we have Soul Man.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I ordered a copy of Soul Man. I have a DVD of a 8-pack DVD or whatever, 8 movies on one disc sort of thing that had a copy on it. But
it's a Roundtable favorite right now.
I ordered a
big time
special edition VHS of the Soul Man. You know, so I'm like, who can? I mean, how
you have it on DVD too?
Yeah, so
you got.
Now I got a double copy. I got digital and analog for Soul Man.
If anybody watches us, you know Korey's got 4 copies.
He brought them with him. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that video.
I'm hoping he plans on distributing at least one of those elsewhere.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
These are high class guys.
I don't know if you're.
And this is my OG. This is my childhood copy.
Right, but you have a copy though.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Because I bought my copy. I was telling them earlier that I got the cheapest copy off eBay was $6. And I think the next copy is 12 or 15 or something. I don't know. And so I thought, well, I better get while the getting's good because never know. Soul Man may be gone forever. We keep assuming
there's not that many.
We're speculating that C. Thomas Howell's had his people on it, scooping them up, trying to buy it all and get them off the market.
That could be
because he's the rarest of them.
Or it just wasn't. I don't know. Didn't make a ton of them because
first paragraph on the description
weird
on the back.
I don't know.
Mark Watson is going to Harvard Law School in the prestigious Bouchard Fellowship for an outstanding black student. There's one small problem. Mark Watson is white. Brother, is he in for an education?
Man.
Well, my God, this movie. If you have not seen Soul Man,
don't even know. We're going to give you...
Is it available for streaming?
This might be the best part of the movie.
It's on Amazon.
How about a spoiler? Best part of the movie right here?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not the best part of the movie. But let's see what happens. Here's like a live reaction. You guys, if you haven't seen it recently. I have, and I was trying to explain to them earlier.
No free streaming.
This is just...
Only available for renting or buying.
This is the dinner scene.
This is
the dinner scene I was telling you all about.
Yeah, here we go, folks. This is what we're talking about.
It's stupid. Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, Mr. Mickey got himself.
Just takes over the top. Already.
James Earl Jones is in this movie, people.
So, yeah, he's sitting down at his white girlfriend's family.
And the funny thing is, he doesn't even really look very black.
No, not at all. It actually looks like he has a tan.
Like Korey, you're just as tan as he is.
Think about one thing. White women. And now, alas, I'm going to have one.
Dunbar, how many times have I asked you not
to
watch
them headphones.
that thing
Remember those
at the dinner
headphones?
table?
Oh yeah, they're great with the foam on them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Looks like Prince.
It's so crazy. And listen, it's having a stroke.
Did I tell you Mark's going to Harvard Law School on scholarship?
Yes, you did. Put heroin in my hypodermic needle, bitch. Give some more watermelon while you're at it.
Yes.
Oh my God! What? Oh my God!
This movie's out of control.
God.
But
give me some watermelon.
But don't worry, folks. That scene is crazy. But right on Chong, she's a special lady, and
she's gonna keep him.
She keeps him grounded. Yeah, she gets him back to Earth, brings him down to Earth, and tells him, and teaches him what's right and wrong, and all that good stuff. So
I know. In the midst of that amazingness, there was actually a message and a really genius movie by the time you get to the end of it.
Right, but no one's going to see that because the first 2/3 of it is like straight up.
The message is
Commando. You said that you
James Earl Jones.
You said you couldn't get into Commando though. You said you tried watching it and it just wasn't working for you.
Actually finished it this morning.
Did you? Okay, so
and then I listed it for $1.99.
right, because he just wasn't. He wasn't a Commando fan.
It's alright. It's just alright.
Yeah, even though
I'm glad I watched it again.
You say it's alright. I say it's one of the best action movies ever made.
Interesting. Wow.
That's our difference of opinion, and that's how difference of opinions work.
That is true.
Does sci-fi count as action?
Sure. Then what would be it?
RoboCop.
RoboCop's pretty.
That was definitely action.
I do have those. Yeah, I mean, I have both of those on Blu-ray.
I like watching RoboCop once about 2 or 3
RoboCop's
times
definitely
lately,
more
and
action
2 and
than
3.
sci-fi.
3's horrible.
RoboCop 3? I don't think I ever even saw it.
I think so.
Now, for anybody that watched wrestling up into the
Peter Butler's
90s,
not in 3.
I was gonna say it's Peter. That's what I was wondering.
It's not that bad. Actually, 2 and 3 are
Have you
very
seen the
weird.
remake, the reboot?
Very weird.
From
Never
a few-
saw the
like 5
remake,
years ago?
no,
It's
never
actually
saw it.
it's actually not bad.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I've passed it up several times. I've seen it out on DVD. and Blu-ray.
RoboCop showed up at a WCW like pay-per-view, some kind of
Oh,
like,
really?
wrestling event back in the early '90s, sort of like their WrestleMania kind of thing. And RoboCop was there, like, you know how they bring in like celebrity guests sometimes.
Yeah,
So it was,
in
like,
RoboCop.
in RoboCop, and it was RoboCop, and he's like trying to get in the ring with this fucking big ass bulky suit and shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know if I'd put that in the same category, honestly. RoboCop with Commando.
RoboCop is fucking better than Commando, probably. If you're
You
talking about
think so?
if you're talking about like storyline and the actual gist of the movie, definitely.
yeah.
If you're talking about shit getting blown up and machine guns going off and stuff,
Okay,
the Commando's gonna take it to the next level.
All right. Then what about Predator?
I
I like that's on par with Commando. No?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Because it's got the crazy one-liners.
I think Predator
Ain't got time to bleed.
fantastic.
Just in the Body Ventura. Ain't got time to bleed.
Speaking of wrestling,
Yeah. You know, you got the fucking Indian cuts his chest and he's like, come on. And then you hear him scream in the background as he's getting slaughtered by the Predator. Like, well, you tried, man, you tried. Which that dude is also one of the bad guys in 48 Hours.
Which I need to watch.
Which you need to watch. Exactly.
I need to revisit. I revisit it a lot. An awful lot. Hey, I hit the 500 mark in my VHS.
really?
Okay. I've over 500 VHS.
How many are right here?
Yeah.
227.
Yeah,
Right
he knows
here.
his all count. Like, I have no idea what
Damn,
the
I
number is.
have no idea.
My upstairs is estimated. I know I got 227 right here.
Look at him.
Wow.
I got
Rivaling mine.
I got 200, another 200 in PC, and then I got another
Rivaling my
150
collection. I actually
on
may have
eBay.
surpassed my collection.
Oh, wow.
by this
So
point.
I counted my eBay though as part of my 500.
I mean, you own them.
Well, that's
Yeah,
mine
of
until
course.
they're
Yeah,
mine until I sell them.
Until somebody buys them, and with the way the VHS has all of a sudden slowed down the last couple of weeks, you may be holding on to them for a long time. It seems like everybody's dried up on the VHS.
I know. I've actually thought about just.
Even though I say that, and I
Full
sold
of mine.
even though I sold 2 tapes today, and I say that VHS dried up.
I did too. Now's a great time to buy. I shipped
Yeah.
8 things today. And
I
most of them
think
were
I think it is a good time to buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's-
the prices
well, look at me, I'm
the
trying
prices
buying,
have come
yeah.
down now.
Prices
slowed
have-
I'm
down.
into profit in my $50 collection from Knoxville.
You are.
Nice.
Did you sell
Plus stuff I've kept.
the Batman? Oh, you're
No,
keeping the
yeah,
Batman
I'm
Returns.
keeping it. I brought it right here. It's a bad man with jam.
Bad Mama.
So I got 160 VHS for $50, and they were very nice. It was literally a collection, and just had a bunch of movies and sequels,
Yeah,
and
nice.
like sets and like all the Batmans, like
even
RoboCop 1,
Blockbuster.
2, and
Did you know it
3.
was Blockbuster at the time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, maybe when I bought it, no. But I saw the title. You could see the title on the picture. So I found these on Facebook Marketplace. But one of the tapes, like, is 2005, Batman Begins. It's open, but it's really scarce. And, like, Korey and Smith and I talked about it recently. Like, we've noticed the increase in the last few years of VHS selling. And we both have a lot of it in a way.
Yeah.
And we're going through what we have, and that is honestly going to be the majority of what I've sold this week is VHS from 2003, 2004, 2005.
Yeah, the late
So
run.
the end of the
the late run
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly, and this is one of them. And I don't know if it's rare because they didn't make a lot, or if it's rare because it's a Batman title, and this is
It's
probably
already
one that
watched,
people
yeah.
would buy no matter what.
Yeah, and
So
actually watch
why
it.
is that why we're not seeing it? Because it's already in people's collections, or is it truly that rare? So this is a $50 loose tape. It's open in that condition in 2 seconds, no question. Low.
Right.
And I'm debating on
Keep it.
I mean, no, honestly, no, I want to keep it. I mean, dang, I'm like, if you're gonna have a few in your collection, dude. I mean, Batman Begins is.
Hey, don't ask.
It seems like no joke. It seems
pre-
like a great title.
You're preaching to the choir here, man.
I know.
I'm collector first, seller second, and I'll say that all day long. Like I'm not even close to half and half. I'm like 75-25. Like 75% collector.
Under
25% seller.
Under different circumstances, I don't know what I would do if I came across that a different way, but I came across it for $50.
Yeah.
In a lot of 160.
Right.
So there's plenty there for me to justify keeping that. I priced out $400 out of that lot.
Yeah. So
for a $50
that's a free tape, basically.
That is a free tape.
That's a free tape for you.
And if I put that up, I would have priced out $450. And I've sold about close to 75 in a week, which isn't a ton because we all know VHS doesn't sell like freaking
no, it's just pieces here and
baby
there.
formula. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it's just one here, two here. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just as long as you got them up.
But so far so good.
Yeah.
And I kept an awful lot more, and I still have plenty of. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I've got quite a number of expensive tapes, and they're not going anywhere. So I'm staying in my collection forever.
I might have a couple that are worth $100, but then like
My
ones that I thought were
expensive,
$150
especially
are now
previewed
$20.
one is History of Violence. That's pretty fucking rad.
That is a great one.
It's a great movie.
I got lucky on that one.
That
I
is
found
super
that.
lucky.
I found that in the wild.
That's actually better than this.
I got that shit for $1.
Honestly.
I got it for like $1.
All right, that's a great title to bring up, dude. All right, that's fantastic. This is 2005, and the last VHS is 2006, and Korey Hodges has one.
I have
It's
the last
better
tape.
than
It's
this.
the last tape.
It's better than this. It's supposedly the last.
Run of
It's the last recorded Hollywood VHS release.
Right.
History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, because there's been several
It's
indie.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah. They still, you can still get.
First of all, it's so fucking good.
Last.
And
Hollywood
then
release.
it's like the last VHS ever made. Like,
Yeah, both. Yeah, excellent movie, and it's great that it has this unique sort of moniker as the last Hollywood VHS run.
crazy.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was just some kind of garbage movie that no one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's beautiful. What a beautiful finish, man. That movie is fantastic.
It is, yeah.
Have you watched it yet?
I've seen the theaters.
So good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it was lucky. I mean, I got it for like $1 basically.
Lucky.
It was
great title.
It was at Phonolux. I've told the story a million times, but they don't sell VHS anymore. But I was looking anyways. I found a whole bunch under one of their little racks, whatever, underneath everything, and that was one of them. And I was like, I'm taking that one.
Great find, man.
So it was cool. It was fun.
Great find.
But yeah, it's great. Pretty awesome. What's that Scarface right there, man?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we broke that out in episode 4, but I need to come back to it. We got to talk about something.
Oh, we got to talk about
We
it.
gotta talk
Yeah,
about
but we're gonna take a break and eat some pizza and pee and
Cool.
cut
30 minutes of this
89% of whatever this was out. Not now, but yeah. Anyway,
A lot of rambling.
Sounds good to me.
yeah.